This is the History of New Zealand podcast on the Eat to My Own Beat podcast network. Welcome back to the History of New Zealand podcast. This is episode number 44. The early temperance movement in New Zealand, a struggle for sobriety and social reform. The temperance movement in New Zealand emerged in the 19th century as a powerful social crusade aimed at curbing the consumption of alcohol and addressing the societal ills it was believed to cause. Rooted in religious conviction and moral reform, the movement gained momentum through grassroots activism, legislative lobbying, and impassioned public campaigns. Though national prohibition was never fully realized, the movement left an incredible mark on New Zealand's political and cultural landscape. The first recorded temperance meeting in New Zealand took place in 1834 in the Bay of the Islands, led by Methodist missionaries at Mangu on the Hokianga River. Inspired by similar movements in Britain and the United States, early advocates viewed alcohol as a destructive force responsible for poverty, crime, domestic abuse, and moral decay. Nonconformist churches, particularly Methodists and Presbyterians, played a pivotal role in promoting abstinence among their congregations from the 1860s onward. The movement quickly evolved into moral persuasions to political action. The Licensing Act of 1873 allowed communities to petition for prohibition of liquor sales in their districts if two-thirds of the residents supported the measure. The empowered local populations to take control of the alcohol regulation, laying the groundwork for future referendums and licensing polls. Between 1894 and 1914, New Zealanders voted in local licensing polls to determine whether pubs should remain open in their electoral districts. My apologies. National referendums on prohibition were held from 1911 to 1987, with the issue coming close to passing on several occasions. Several influential organizations emerged to champion the temperance cause. Women's Christian Temperance Union, founded in 1885. This group was instrumental in linking temperance with broader social reforms, including women's suffrage. New Zealand's Alliance for Abolition of Liquor Traffic, established in 1886, it became a central lobbying force for prohibition. The Band of Hope Union, an independent order of the Rechabites, these groups promoted abstinence and organized educational campaigns, particularly among youth. Prominent campaigners like Bessie Lee helped galvanize public support through lectures, publications, and community organization. The battle for public opinion. Temperance advocates urges citizens to sign a pledge and abstinence from alcohol. Their opponents, including the liquor industry and civil libertaries, argued that prohibition infringed on personal freedoms and economic interests. The debate was fierce and deeply polarized, with both sides forming powerful lobby groups to sway voters during the elections. While national prohibition was never enacted, the movement achieved significant local victories. In 1884, the King Country became New Zealand's first major dry district. Maori leaders requested a ban on liquor sales under the Licensing Act of 1881. By the early 20th century, many electorates had voted to eliminate liquor outlets, creating dry zones that persisted for decades. Though the temperance movement ultimately fell short of its goals of nationwide prohibition, it succeeded in reshaping public discourse around alcohol and influencing legislation. It also played a crucial role in advancing women's rights and civic engagement. The movement's legacy endures in ongoing debates about alcohol regulation, public health, and personal responsibility. The early temperance movement in New Zealand was more than just a campaign against alcohol. It was a reflection of the country's evolving values and testaments to the power of grassroots activism. Its story is one of conviction, controversy, and enduring influence. Thank you for listening to the History of New Zealand podcast. We're found on YouTube and anywhere else you could find your normal podcasts. Please like, comment, and subscribe, or find us at www.eattomyownbeat.com.